Hey, it's Styx. Welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to do a challenge that has probably been dead for a while, but I've never done it before, so it's new to me, and that's what we're going to be doing today. This is called the Meet the Artist challenge, and you draw a self-portrait and you draw your purse or your bag and what you typically carry with you on a normal day. And then you add some information about your likes and dislikes and who you are as a person. So I thought this would be a great way for anyone who's new to my channel to get to know a little bit about me. To that end, I'm also going to tell you guys a few facts about myself. So let's get started. I was born in California, mostly raised by my single dad after the age of 4 when my parents got divorced. After that, we moved to Washington, lived there for quite a while, and now I live in Oregon. So I've lived in all 3 states on the western edge of the United States. The second and third toes on both of my feet are webbed to the first knuckle. I have taken lessons in 5 different instruments: the piano, the trombone, the baritone, the tuba, and the guitar. I am terrified of spiders, but I love almost every other kind of animal. I have 6 pets, 3 dogs, and 3 cats. I have a skin condition that makes the skin of my face very red and kind of scaly, which is great fun. It also gets worse when I put makeup over it, so that's even more fun. For this reason, I usually don't wear makeup, but I love the way it looks. I have 4 kids, ranging in age from almost 10 to 16. Growing up, my dream in life was to become a Disney animator. I wanted this so badly that when I was about 14 or 15, my grandpa on my mother's side decided to drive me to Anaheim on his motorcycle and take me to the Disney animation studios. And he was hoping, I guess, that they would just let me in when he told them I wanted to be an animator and kind of show me around. It didn't work out that way. They didn't let us in, but it was a great trip and a great memory with my grandpa. Later, when I was about 17, my dad took me to Walt Disney World and we got to tour the animation studios there, and that was during the production of Tarzan, so I got to see all of their process and storyboarding and things they were doing for that process, and that was really amazing and fun. I got married the first time when I was 19 years old. By that time, I already had my associate's degree because I did 2 years of college during high school and got the associate's degree at the same time as my high school diploma. So since I was married, instead of going off to pursue being a Disney animator, which would put me either in California or Florida, which was far away from where I was in Washington, I went to college for creative writing. Unfortunately, that didn't work out either, and I dropped out after only 1 quarter. 10 years later, I went back to school and I got my bachelor's degree, majoring in psychology and art. I have some pretty funny eating habits. I don't like food to touch on my plate, different kinds of food. It needs to be separated, especially if one has like a syrupy consistency. I don't want that running into my other food. And then when I'm eating a plate of different food, I tend to eat things in order from least liked to most liked. I guess this is because maybe when I was a kid, I had to eat my vegetables before I could get dessert, so I always made sure I ate those first. I also tend to pour milk on my ice cream, certain kinds of ice cream only, but it makes the ice cream crystallize and it's really good. Try it sometime. My natural hair color is dark brown, but it has been many colors over the course of my life. Probably anything you could name. It's been purple, pink, red, blue, all of those. I don't think I've done green just because I think it tends to look a little weird. But I love colored hair, and I'm kind of sad because my current job does not allow me to have unnatural hair colors. I have generalized anxiety disorder, and it mostly tends to focus on fear regarding things that might happen to my family. I'm a name nerd. I love thinking about what to name things. That's why I like to have a lot of characters, because I like to name them, as weird as that sounds. I get so happy when I hear people tell me their kids' names and the siblings have names that sound really good together. It's just, oh, it's so good. I love stuff from the 1980s because that's the decade I was born in, and it's really nostalgic for me. So music and characters and shows from that time always make me happy. I once had a fairly well-known Sims 3 story that spanned 3 years in real life writing it and went through 15 Sim generations. I love playing video games, and lately my favorite video games have all been virtual reality. We own a Vive, and it's super amazing to get in there and feel like you're in a totally different place and time, and there really isn't anything like it. If you ever get the chance to try, I highly recommend it. My kids and I all take Taekwondo together, and my stepdaughter is actually a black belt. She's been doing it longer than the rest of us. The rest of us are currently orange belts, and we'll be testing for our yellow belts very soon. Now we're on to the favorites part of the list. This will be fun. Okay, so my favorite color is turquoise or teal. My favorite single food item is potatoes, but my favorite home-cooked meal is tacos. My favorite Disney princess? It's really hard to choose between Rapunzel and Belle. Belle is kind of my traditional favorite, but then Rapunzel came out later, and I just love her outlook and her personality and all of the different things she does, and I really identify with her. So now I guess I have 2 favorite princesses. My favorite band, if you couldn't already tell, is Styx. My favorite book is Ready Player One, or anything by Brandon Sanderson. He is definitely my favorite author, and I would wholeheartedly recommend his books to anyone who likes the fantasy genre. My favorite TV show of all time is Firefly. My favorite actor is probably Robert Downey Jr. My favorite actress is Emma Watson. And since this is YouTube, I'll tell you my favorite art YouTubers. Draw with Jazza, Drawing with Waffles, Dina Norland, Kiwi Bird, Rykix, and Canary Witch are some of my favorites, although I watch a ton of them and I'm totally addicted. I'll post links to all the ones I mentioned below, so if you are interested, you can definitely go check them out. Okay, so I think that was about 30-ish facts about me. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about me, even though I'm not super interesting. I'm going to try to update this artwork every year and just see what's changed in both my art style and my personal style. As you can tell by my drawing here, it's very accurate in that I typically, if I have a choice in the matter, wear jeans, flip-flops, and a graphic tee of some kind. It's usually either a band t-shirt or like a fan t-shirt for a show or a movie or a game. I kind of collect those. In my bag, I carry my bullet journal everywhere I go, along with a small packet of the current pens and markers that I'm using for that month's bullet journaling, so that I can make sure and mark things down when they happen and not forget. I do carry some cover-up makeup for emergencies, although my face tends to hate me for it later if I use it, so I only use it on rare occasions. And then of course things like my wallet and keys. I actually use a small pack as my purse, and it's one that we got on a Disney cruise, and they gave it to us for being Castaway Club members. And I just think it's really cool because it's got like diagonal zippers, and it's made to go over your shoulder with one strap instead of two straps like a backpack would have, and I really like it. You can read for yourself there some of the things I like and dislike. I've mentioned some of them in my voiceover, but not all of them. And then at the bottom here, I've just indicated that I am a Pisces. I'm from the United States of America, although that's a very badly drawn flag. And I was sorted into Hufflepuff, which is kind of a fun detail. So that's all I have for you this week. Thank you so much for being interested in watching, and I will see you guys next video. Bye!